What if DJ, speaking of DJ Uiagalelei, is who Mike Norvell thinks he is? It's been pretty widely publicized. DJ Uiagalelei, high-profile recruit coming out of St. John Bosco in Southern California, goes to Clemson, is supposed to be the next great quarterback at Clemson after Trevor Lawrence leaves. There's all this buzz around him being the next great guy. Yours truly put down a future when he became the starting quarterback at Clemson for him to win the Heisman Trophy. Obviously, it didn't go the way that Clemson fans had hoped, didn't go the way that DJ had hoped. But now, as he gets a chance to be the guy at Florida State after transferring to Oregon State and having a little bit of success there, if DJU is who Mike Norvell believes he could be, like, Florida State's going to be at least in the ACC title game. Like, the goal is very clear for Mike Norvell. The goal is very clear for Florida State. It is win the conference, make the college football playoff. I think some folks would tell you they're looking for a national championship this year in Tallahassee. I don't think that's wildly unrealistic. I think it's fair based on what you did last season, on all the talent they have this season in Tallahassee, to have that on your list of aspirations. It's not unrealistic by any stretch. But what this would mean if Mike Norvell is right about DJU is that DJ probably had the best season of his career in 2024. Best season of his career. It also means that he's owed a lot of apologies from the good folks in the Twitter sphere. And it also means that it gives some life to the Athletic article that came out not that long ago before last season, where DJ was essentially saying, like, hey, I appreciated Clemson. Offensively, I wasn't 110% comfortable. I wasn't in love with what we were doing over there. So that's kind of a subplot within this whole thing. But I don't think it's a stretch to assume that DJ could have his best season that he's had so far, or that Florida State could win the ACC with him playing quarterback. Because I think the question then becomes, after that, can DJ Uiagalelei be as productive as Jordan Travis was? Now, Jordan Travis, in his best season, I'm going to go ahead and say last season was pacing to be his best season. He was pacing before he got hurt to throw for right around 3,000 yards. I'm going to go ahead and say he was pacing for 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a completion percentage of 64%, and 7 rushing touchdowns. So to put a total on that touchdown number, right around 31 touchdowns is what he was pacing for. That's good. That's really good. Is that unrealistic for DJU? DJU's best season was actually at Clemson throwing the football in 2022. He threw for 2,500 yards, threw for 22 touchdowns, so that's 2 less than what I'm telling you Jordan Travis was pacing for last season. 7 interceptions, so 5 more than what Jordan Travis had, and as many rushing touchdowns as Jordan Travis had. So 29 touchdowns in DJU's best season at Clemson, 5 more interceptions, and 2 less touchdowns. I think I might have already said that. The bottom line here is the numbers are pretty comparable. Numbers are pretty comparable between DJU's best season he's had and the season that Jordan Travis had last season. Now, obviously, there is some other variables around DJU, the roster and guys stepping up. Like, DJU doesn't have a Keon Coleman out wide for him. You hope Malik Benson becomes that guy. You hope the defense plays to a high level this season with Jared Verse and Braden Fisk no longer there. But I think the reason why this isn't unrealistic to assume that DJU can have a more productive year or as productive year as Jordan Travis had a season ago where they won the ACC is if 500 yards and a few more touchdowns is the difference and better decisions is the difference, what do we have around DJU this season that maybe he hasn't had in the past? And I have said this many times, I believe that DJU with Mike Norvell calling the plays is going to be a game changer for him. He will never be in an offense with a better play caller than he's going to have this season. It also probably doesn't hurt matters that DJU is going to have a walkie-talkie in his helmet with Mike Norvell calling in from the sideline, hey, DJ, I like this play. Look at this guy and this guy. And I'm not saying he needs to lean on that the entirety of the season, but I do think in a pinch to have an offensive savant in your helmet helping you, that probably benefits you a little bit to some small degree, I have to believe. And so if he had those kind of numbers in a situation where he is saying, hey, I didn't love this offense, didn't feel comfortable in it, and now moves to an offense where he has, I believe, more skill around him and a better play caller, how much better can he be? How much better can Florida State be? In ACC play, Florida State's toughest games are Clemson and at Miami. If DJ is who Mike Norvell believes he can be, they will at the very least be in the ACC title game, and at best, they will repeat as ACC champions. This is not the DJ Uiagalelei carry us mode for the Seminoles. It's not. Like, you hope he ends up bringing the juice. You hope he ends up having his best season ever and all those things. But this is not an offense or a team that is going to be built to say, DJU, Jansport mode, baby, let's go crazy. Like, you want him to play well, but for the most part, this is going to be a situation where it's like, hey, DJ, make good decisions, get the ball to playmakers, put our defense in good positions, and let's go play complementary football. That's what Florida State is about. There's a saying one of my old coaches used to have, and it was, know your role, we all get paid. If DJU knows and plays his role, Florida State's going to be really freaking good yet again. And his role is not to go be a Heisman Trophy finalist. If that happens, amazing. Then Florida State's more than likely winning the ACC. I'll go ahead and say that right now. And then they're in the college football playoff. But for him to have his best season ever, I don't think it's a stretch. And I don't think that Mike Norvell is going to ask DJ to be someone that he doesn't believe or doesn't know that he already can be. So I'm excited for him because I've said this many times. DJU has just been, he has been through it, man, throughout his college career. Been labeled a bust, been labeled this and that from his time at Clemson, and he wasn't all this, he wasn't all that. But, like, if he goes out and has success at Florida State and is able to prove a lot of what people thought about him out of high school correct and prove a lot of those doubters that he had at Clemson and honestly during his time at Oregon State incorrect, I would love that for him, and I would love to see him overcome that kind of external adversity. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.